Hello all, welcome back to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel, I wanted to do something else music related. Some great bands are still going today, whilst there's still some great newer releases out today. For me guys, night and day. A lot of the albums from the 80s are gonna take some beating. Because what a time for music, and it was just an amazing decade. So many great bands coming at the forefront. Echoing the Bunnymen's Heaven Up Here. I definitely want to do a separate video devoted to this because it is my favourite album of all time. 10 great 80s albums, and we're going to go straight off the bat, and definitely my favourite Kate Bush album, Hounds of Love. Yeah, this is an absolutely sensational album from Kate Bush. Running Up That Hill, still a great song. I just have to be in the right mood to listen to it now because that got overplayed. Cheers Stranger Things for that. Hounds of Love, the title song, is magnificent. You've got the big sky. Cloud Busting is probably my favourite song on here. It is absolutely beautiful. The production on this is real crisp. It sparkles, and the commercial side of the album is the first side, but then you've got a real concept side too, the Ninth Wave. It's like very theatrical. Absolutely amazing album there from Kate Bush. I definitely wish I went to go and see her when she played the Hammersmith at Apollo for like 3 months, I think it was. They were all sold out dates. So yeah, Kate Bush's Hounds of Love. One of my favourite ever bands, guys. Not going to be for everyone by any means. This is the Smiths, Strange Ways, Here We Come. I think the band that is got the greatest like short-lived like career in terms of quality. It is absolutely brilliant. They've got a lot of amazing singles to their name. This is their 4th and final album, so I'm not really too into the whole political side of Morrissey, and I don't particularly care for a lot of his solo stuff apart from maybe his first few solo albums, but nonetheless this is absolutely top draw stuff from Morrissey and Johnny Marr, who I am actually a big fan of. I went to go and see Johnny Marr at Leeds O2 Academy in 2014. You've got A Rush and a Push and The Land Is Ours. I Started Something I Can't Finish. Girlfriend in a Coma. Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before. And you've got a really atmospheric, brooding track called Last Night I Dreamt That Somebody Loved Me. I love the orchestral arrangement on that track. Unhappy Birthday. And the last track is probably one of my favourite Smiths songs, which is I Won't Share You. That is a gorgeous way to close off the Smiths' discography there. My favourite Smiths album is The Queen Is Dead, but I think Strange Ways, Here We Come is a little bit underrated. Ross Goodall has reviewed a couple of these albums as well. I'll leave a link to some of his album reviews for some of these albums here today. So that's the Smiths, Strange Ways, Here We Come, Architecture and Morality by OMD. It's quite dark on some tracks. Their first album had that very DIY quality about it, and this is definitely synth, but it's very atmospheric. It's brilliant. You've got the classic die cut there. You've got to choose like which colour sleeve it was. I think this is like a yellow, but then you've got like a blue, red and a green. The New Stone Age, She's Leaving, Souvenir, Joan of Arc, and Georgia, the beginning and the end. I love listening to this album around the autumn season as well. And that's what the label looks like. So yeah, and oh, beg your pardon, guys, I forgot to say this came out 1981. Strange Ways Here We Come came out 1987, and Hounds of Love came out 1985. I thought I'd just mention that as well, but yeah. Definitely my favourite OMD album there. I remember going into Vinyl Tap in Huddersfield one day, and I was thinking about buying this. I think I even bought this on the same day as Woof, Hounds of Love by Kate Bush. You know, I had a great spree then about 10 years ago, and I asked the guy, Mark, who works there. Mark actually offered to play it to see if I was drawn in with the music or not, and yeah, absolutely love at first sight. This album was for me. So Architecture and Morality by the wonderful OMD. Brilliant album. Rattlesnakes by Lloyd Cole and the Commotions. I went to see Lloyd Cole last year in Newcastle. This is his debut album with the Commotions in 1984. This is hands down, guys, one of the greatest debut albums of all time. It is absolutely brilliant, and I've got a massive shout out again to Ross Goodall and Rob Walker, because I know they're big fans of this album. Lloyd Cole's got a great like consistent catalogue. Favourite tracks is definitely Perfect Skin, Speedboat, Rattlesnakes, Down on Mission Street, Forest Fire is absolutely beautiful track there. Charlotte Street, Flights Up, and Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? I pretty much named nearly the entirety of the album there because it is absolutely wonderful. Mount Everest of amazing 80s jangle pop. Highly would recommend Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, Rattlesnakes. War by U2, and I was thinking to myself, this is an amazing album. Absolutely incredible album from U2. Sunday Bloody Sunday, Seconds, New Year's Day, Like a Song, Two Hearts Beat as One, Surrender, 40, produced by Steve Lillywhite, who would work with, I think, Big Country and XTC and Peter Gabriel. The album, I think, that really put U2 on the map as well. And this came out 1983. U2 would just go on to churning out some incredible music. That looks similar to the Porcupine album, Echo and the Bunnymen. And then we have U2's album War, an absolute masterpiece that is going to be turning 40 on the 4th of May, which is Star Wars Day. Ocean Rain by Echo and the Bunnymen. Some people, I think, might consider this to be the last truly amazing album from Echo and the Bunnymen, and some people might hail it as their greatest album. I would say this is definitely their last truly amazing album, but however, I do absolutely love their self-titled album that came afterwards, which would go on to making some great music even into like the 90s and the 2000s with Ian McCulloch and Will Sargent, who are the two original members left now. This is a bit of a departure from Echo and the Bunnymen's moody post-punk sound on the Porcupine album that was very dark and immersive on some tracks. Love that album though, guys. Whereas this album has a bit more of a Scott Walker-y feel about it, more of a theatrical feel about it. Feels a bit like Nick Cave at times as well on some tracks. Beautiful album, guys. Favourite tracks on here: Silver, The Yo-Yo Man, The Killing Moon, Seven Seas, and the Closure. title track, Ocean Rain, is absolutely gorgeous. Got an amazing orchestra to this one as well. On the Kurova label, Ocean Rain by Echo and the Bunnymen. I picked this one up when I was in New York. Picked it up from Generation Records back in January for my birthday. The debut album from Adolescent. I have got a massive shout out to Al at Beatdown Records for recommending me this album. So Al, if you are watching, mate, thank you so much for this recommendation. This is a wonderful punk album from 1981. I don't think Adolescence did as well further on into their catalogue as well as this album. However, the guitarist Rick Agnew supposed to had a great solo catalogue, so I will have to check out his solo material. Great tracks on here: LA Girl, Rip It Up, No Friends, No Way, Word Attack. If you're heavy into like punk music, this is worth getting on to. Adolescence came from the LA punk scene as well. And what's cool about this, on a translucent like green vinyl there, the lyric insert as well. Adolescent's self-titled debut album. Love this album, guys. Swoon by Prefab Sprout. Wonderful debut album. Controversially, I think I do prefer this to Steve McQueen, the album that came after this, produced by Thomas Dolby. A phenomenal sophomore album, but this, for me, in my opinion, just pips it to the post. I absolutely adore this album daily. You've got Don't Sing, I Promise I Won't, Q Fanfare, Green Isaac, Here on the Eyrie, Crawl. The first side is phenomenal. Then you've got Couldn't Bear to Be Special, I Never Play Basketball Now, Ghost Town Blues, Technique. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. James Griffiths is a massive fan of this album as well. On the CBS label, came out 1984, but yeah, insert as well on Kitchenware Records. Wonderful album from 1980. The beats, I just can't stop it. Possibly my favourite ska album. You've got Mirror in the Bathroom, Hands Off She's Mine, Twist and Crawl, Rough Rider, Big Shot, Can't Get Used to Losing You. I've never been a big fan of that song, to be honest. And then Best Friend as well. Yeah, wonderful album there from the beats. I've got to thank Nick, who used to work at Revo Records, for recommending me this album. And it's on Go Feet Records. I definitely want to get some more like Madness and the Specials albums at some point as well. So yeah, really glad to have this one in my collection. I think in terms of the Beats discography, I guess you just can't beat it. See what I did there? And then the last one for this video, and again, another excellent album and definitely one of my favourite bands as well. The Jam Sound Effects. I went to go and see Paul Weller live at Newcastle City Hall. It was Easter Sunday in 2022. He put on a great gig. I believe Paul Weller's got a brand new album coming out very soon, so I'm really looking forward to listening to that when that comes out. But yeah, Paul Weller, absolute music legends, guys. After when the Jam split up, he went to go on to form the Style Council, who have done some pretty solid albums, some pretty solid stuff, but for all I'm concerned, they've got nothing on the Jam for me, in my opinion. The Jam are just an absolute another tier, producing some great solo output as well. So yeah, wonderful album. This is probably my favourite Jam album as well. You've got Pretty Green, Monday, But I'm Different Now, Start, That's Entertainment. And then I think my favourite track on here is a very atmospheric opening way to kick off this track, Dreamtime, Man in the Corner Shop. Yeah, Music for the Last Couple. Yeah, absolutely awesome album from the Jam. Got a nice original inner sleeve. Pretty nice custom label there. This is the Modern World on vinyl, and then I'll have all the Jam's studio albums there. And there we go, guys. 10 great 80s albums. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know some of your favourite albums from the 80s, or some of your favourite albums in general. I would love to know all of that good stuff in the comments. So thanks for watching. Cheers for stopping by. And until next time, I'll see you for the next video. Bye-bye.